Holy cow. Right off the bat. There we go. There we go. There we go, guys. Number 3. Holy cow. Look at that. Right there. Check out that fatty. Welcome back, fishing friends. Well, today was a bust when I went out to a new spot to do some fishing, and man, oh man, it was just was one of those days where nothing was going. So I'll save the footage for some B-roll stuff. I may include it in this video as I talk about some other things, but I gotta tell you, I got my latest Meps order in. The Trophy Series right here, an XD, and then another Thunderbug. No, I'm not sponsored or affiliated with Meps, but their stuff is fantastic. So I wanted to pick these up. I never had used the Trophy Series before, and I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. Some good information here. And I'm excited because I kind of have an ongoing dialogue with the folks at Meps, and I let them know that I was going to test these out this summer in Iowa, maybe the coast. So they were excited to hear that, and they always have some good tips for me. Okay, it says the Trophy Series features all the colors preferred by trophy salmon and steelhead fishermen. Available in the sizes 4 and 5, so I got one of each. These big spinners are designed for the anadromous fish, meaning they're saltwater, but they go into freshwater to spawn, if that makes sense. And they're born in freshwater. I think that's what it is. So these blades and bodies are from solid brass. Environmentally safe, no lead components. The spinner shaft is a stainless steel. Silver blades feature silver plating. Painted blades and bodies feature brilliant chip-resistant epoxy finishes. Alright, so I'm excited to be able to use these. Let me get this one open. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's going to be a bit tricky. I don't have my stand readily available or handy here. So I got to do this the old school way. Come on, there we go. Come on. There we go. Alright guys, sorry about that. So this one's the 4. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. Check that out. So for pike, and these they talk about for fishing in Alaska, salmon and whatnot, but these are definitely going to work for pike, muskie, bass even, and walleye. So I'm excited to, I've never used these before. I usually use the Aglia, or I use an XD. Like this is a new XD color for me, this Fire Tiger. And then I got the 5 of the Trophy Series, and then I picked up another Thunderbug. If you've never used the Thunderbug, man, those are fantastic. You got to try one. Alright, the other thing I got was, this is from Beavercraft. It's a little gouge for carving, and I do some carving here and there, like when I made that spoon for my protein drink. But this thing is to be able to carve bowls and bigger spoons, and you just keep gouging away. So when I'm fishing, and you know how there's down times when you're fishing, or if I'm hydrating or sitting around the campfire, it if it's raining and I'm not fishing, well, you know, I'm going to be carving something, whittling. The other thing I got are let's do this one-handed, my ferro rods or my fire steels. Come on. These are 3/8. If you don't know what a fire steel is or a ferro rod, it's what you strike to get a fire going, so you don't have to use like matches or a lighter. So check these out. So I've got something I'm going to put these in. I'm going to fabricate something so I have like a little handle and a lanyard, but I'm saving that for a surprise a little bit later. So anyway, that's the stuff I've picked up recently, and I think that's it for my orders for a while now. The one thing I'm going to try to do also is get like a little gimbal for the GoPro, but we'll see when I put that in, get that order in. But I'm excited about these Trophy Series Meps lures. But again, guys, I got some footage here. I mean, I can show you like part of the hike and where I went, but it was a bust. I mean, I tried everything, and I tried a ton of those mega bass lures that I had gotten in my box, and there's just not much biting. So, you know, we're right there. I could see a ton of little bait fish here and there. I mean, some dinky little minnows, but I didn't see anything busting on the water, chasing them. So we're still a little ways out before really things get heated up for spring. But anyway, all right. So I just wanted to show you this quick order that I got, and man, I'm telling you guys, spinners are just so overlooked, and people just kind of forget about them, and I just love them. You know, I always have great success with them. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this little segment. All right, catch you in a bit. All right, guys, so as I was saying, I made it out to this new spot in the wildlife refuge, and this pond was set back in there, and I thought the trail was actually just going to be all dirt, but it was like a paved little trail to get back in there. And you can kind of see through some of this footage, me going through the trail, and I get to this kind of like it's a dock, but it's also a bird viewing station. But I got to tell you, there was just nothing there in terms of depth. There's no way I was going to be able to fish it. Even if that thing had a bunch of rain, it's going to be too shallow, I think. So there was a no-go for the fishing, so I hiked back and I went down to the bridge and the little creek there. Walked all the way down the creek, fished some spots along the bank, nothing. Went back to the bridge, fished there, and there was just nothing going on. So it was kind of a rough day, you know, to get skunked. I tested out a whole bunch of stuff in my Mega Bass subscription box. Some of the Strike King stuff, the Lunker Hunt stuff, some lipless crankbaits, all kinds of different things, and just nothing was biting. Even through the Meps, I didn't get any bites on that. So we're getting close. We're just not there yet for when they leave the deep water of Lake Texoma and they start heading into the creeks for spawning and, you know, to forage. We're getting close. We're just not quite there yet. We still have some cold weather that's been coming through. We're going to have cold weather next week. So it's, you know, just been kind of an issue. But, you know, that's a part of fishing. And I mean, it's not like I wasn't trying different stuff. I mean, I threw jigs. The only thing I didn't really try was any topwater, but I knew topwater wasn't going to be effective out there. Anyway, so that was pretty much my day. But there is something I want to talk about, and I want to go over some channels that I watch, because I always watch YouTube probably more than I watch regular TV. And there's some channels that I really like, and I'm going to share them with you, some of the ones that I kind of follow. Are all of them fishing? Well, not exactly. Some of them are bushcraft and whatnot. But I've already talked about some of them, and I wanted to go through a few more, uh, and not like they're the obvious ones. You know, extreme Philly fishing. I watch that. Uh, Stuff like that that I really enjoy. Uh, Jetty Rocks fishing. You know, he's another one that I follow. But I'm gonna put on some other ones that maybe not too many people know about, but have some really good stuff. So I'm gonna highlight some of those, do some shout outs, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up for this vid. Alright, let me get to that and pull some of these pages up. Alright guys, so what are some of the channels that I like to watch? And I'm going to go through the fishing ones first, and there's some ones that you already know that I'm going to watch. Stuff like Tim Galati, Brendan Miller Fishing, Leo Shang with this Extreme Philly Fishing, a whole bunch of those that tactical bassin that pretty much everyone knows about. There is one that everyone does know about that I'm going to throw in here because it's just, I love this channel. But anyway, and these aren't in any particular order. I watch them all. But this guy right here, Sassafras Outdoors, I believe he's up in Wisconsin. Always has some great stuff going on. Uh, Loves to do trout fishing, but he also does smallmouth fishing right there. He's got a cool dock right off of his place, and he goes out into different areas. So check his channel out. Always has some good stuff there. All right, let's take a look at this next one. This Tenkara Addict. And I didn't really know much about Tenkara rods until I started to do some research and look into it. And man, this is something I'm going to have to try at some point. Pick up one of these Tenkara rods and get out there, use it for trout fishing. So this guy, I think, does a lot of his fishing up in Colorado. But he goes through and he shows you, no, I don't want to do your survey.
Hello everyone, I'm on a new...
But this guy does a ton of cool stuff on these creeks that you wouldn't think there'd be any fish. And he uses different Tenkara rods to catch them. And it's just great. You know, it's absolutely awesome. And you wouldn't think there'd be fish in a little creek like this, but he gets them out of there, man. And he knows exactly what he's doing. He kind of reminds me of the North Dakota yak angler, but of like trout fishing with Tenkara rods. He's real mellow, explains everything pretty good, and he knows what he's doing. Yes, the North Dakota yak angler is one of my other favorite ones, but you know, we all know that he's out there. I mean, in terms of smallmouth, the guy catches just out all of them. All right, so this channel is pretty cool. Let's check out this other one. The 330 Maniac. This guy does a lot of trapping videos. He's up in Minnesota, but he also does a lot of fishing. But he's well known for his beaver trapping. And this channel is just absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, he's always has some great info in here. Explains everything real well, what he's using. And when he does the trapping for beaver, he explains the sets, shows you how the sets go in. I mean, the guy knows exactly what he's doing. Really like this channel. And see, like here, he's doing a live. You can catch him. You can watch him catch these fish live. He brings a flat screen out there, and he drops his jig down, and you can see watch a fish hit it, and he'll bounce it along in here. Oh man, guys, it's just good stuff. So always love what he's got going on. I'm also jealous because he's up there in Minnesota, able to fish a lot of those cool places up there for smallmouth. But so this channel is one I definitely watch on a regular basis. Now there's tons of channels, guys, and there's no way I could go through all of them. I'm just going through the ones that I seem to drop on quite often, and you know I'm just always hanging out here. It seems like, you know, they invite us into their world, you know, and we're inviting them into our homes so we can kind of see what they're doing. So it's kind of like we don't think about that. It is a real community that we have with these content creators, whether we're creating or watching. So we need to support everyone, and these guys are great. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Tyler Goes Fishing. I like this channel because this guy likes to go to urban areas, wild areas. He'll fish off of railroad tracks, parks, and he'll go for all kinds of different stuff. He's a multi-species fisherman. He's trying new things like his kayak and all kinds of stuff. So I really like this. He's a happy guy, likes to have fun when he's out there fishing. So I watch quite a bit of his stuff, and go check his channel out. Just let him know that I sent you over there. All these guys, let him know that Casual Observations or Alan sent you over. We need to, help a lot of these guys out, but they have quality stuff. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Matt's Stefan Fishing. This guy he's on the fishing tour, and he's done a lot of fishing tours. He's a professional fisherman, but I still like this channel because, well, he's another Wisconsin guy, but he has a lot of info, like this right here, broken fishing rod. He goes through how to fix them. He fixes a lot of his stuff, makes a lot of rods, but he goes through and he explains a lot of things. Like here's one that I haven't seen this video yet today.
Can we send you
So he's got tons of stuff in here in terms of knowledge. He does this from his home, and he's got a lot of great information. So check this guy out. I'll watch this one later. But he's always got some good stuff going on there. And of course, when he's not under all that snow, he's out there fishing, and you can see a lot of that. Okay, so another one I watch is these guys right here for angling spiders. These guys are up north, and they do a lot of pike fishing, which I love. It's probably my favorite type of fishing, and I learned quite a bit from them. They do a lot of stuff with spoons, and they're just phenomenal. And it's a fun channel to follow. Very nice guys, knowledgeable. And so if you're looking for more fishing stuff, check these guys out. They never disappoint, Check that out. Look at that pike. I love catching pike. What has he got? Like a spoon on there, like a jigging spoon. Look at that. Man, this thing is phenomenal. I gotta be careful here. I'm gonna start watching one of these live. Whereas we're sitting here, get these stupid advertisements out of there. I know we need them for our channels, but they drive me nuts sometimes. Okay, so this channel, gotta go check it out. It's called Angling Spiders. See what he pulls out of here. And that water is stinking cold. What is that, about 6 inches of ice there? Maybe more? Look at that pig. Golly. Oh, he got himself wrapped up. It's good stuff. Okay. Now this one, a lot of people know. Alex is, I think, his name. But Realistic Fishing. There's just some great stuff with this. This guy, he makes me laugh. And he's got some great stuff. Like he was talking about, you're scaring all the fish away, and people were giving him a hard time about this video. But hey, man, he's trying to fish, and there's people, distracting the fish, distracting him. But I'll have to let you watch that and see what he talks about. But anyway, it's good stuff. Great stuff. He always has these cool plugs in here, too. And Casual Observations shows up in there a little bit. But check out that shirt. Who is that? Oscar the Grouch? Isn't he the guy from the trash can, Oscar? But he'll go through, talk about different lures and things, what he picks up, bargain stuff. So this channel is just fantastic. So I enjoy watching his stuff. All right, and he does giveaways and things. But I'm sure you've come across his channel before. Some people don't particularly like it. But I think his channel's terrific because, you know, he's a bank fisherman. And I'm a bank fisherman. A lot of us are bank fishermen. Once upon a time, I did stuff in the boat, but, you know, it's just such a hassle and a mess sometimes to get all that fired up. And it's just so easy just to go out there and bank fish, you know. So I prefer that. All right, one more is this guy right here, Adrian Webb. The reason I like this channel is because he uses Meps spinners. Now take a look at this. Platypus, the joys of trout fishing. Now where do you think he is in the world if he's got a platypus swimming around when he's fishing? You're exactly right. He's in Australia. And so this guy has some great stuff in here. What's going on here? There we go. I have to watch this one. I hadn't seen it. 350th trout, doing it the hard way. So he gets into the thing is, guys, he's got to watch out for like crocodiles and stuff in some of these places he goes. Now I know trout have got to have cool water, and the crocs may not be around there, but if it's spring fed, you know, then the water will be nice and cool. But in and around the land there's still the potential of crocodiles hanging around there. So it's just one of those things where you know, he's got to be careful. But I love watching him fish. He's using Mep spinners, and to hear him talk, you know, you hear that.
I've tried every sort of Meps colours and that I've got, and models that I've got in my bloody box, and nothing's really happening at all. Hardly seen a fish. I can't believe it.
That Australian accent. So this channel's great.
It's just dead.
So I enjoy watching this one.
He's got a rainbow himself.
There he's got one right there. And that's good stuff.
Little rainbow trout. First one I've
All right. So that's what I was going to tell you. Now, I was going to do this before the wintertime hit, like before Christmas, so I could give you guys more channels to watch over the cold months, you know, while there wasn't a lot to do, so you could get out there and kind of see what's going on. But I'm just, you know, a lot of things going on with school, and I got a couple teacher certification tests coming up I've been studying for. So the list came out a little bit late. But the one thing that two of the channels that I really like I found is this one and then Tenkara Fishing. Up there in Colorado, he's catching trout I never heard of. These greenback cutthroat trout. I guess they find those up in Wyoming and then in Colorado. I don't know much about those. And so he catches a lot of those on the Tenkara rod, so I like watching that. Okay, so next up we're going to take a look at non-fishing channels that I like to watch and follow. Alright, so let's check those out. Alright guys, so I'm going through these channels that aren't necessarily fishing channels. And these are ones that I just watch and from time to time, and they've got some good stuff on them. The first one is Kimber Bushcraft. This guy's up in Denmark, and he's got tons of stuff. It is kind of a bushcraft channel, but he, you know, makes some leather goods and different things, and it's pretty cool. And you get to see what life is like in Denmark, out in the woods, and he'll do some canoe videos and things like that. I never seen him do any fishing, but the thing that cracks me up about this is when he makes coffee, he'll always, see if I can get him here. When he's doing his coffee, when he pours his coffee, he'll wink when he pours a shot of whiskey in there. And it's just classic stuff. Here it is. You'll see him. It's a little Kuska he's got. Anyway, so this channel's a great channel. I really like this one. Go check him out if you're into stuff that isn't fishing. It's Kimber Bushcraft, Viking Heritage, Nordsman, or Viking. So that's a great one. This other channel here, PostTen. This guy I thought was nuts when I first saw his stuff. I thought he was crazy. Now, you know, there's other guys out there like Steve Wallace, Camping with Steve, and there's just so many channels, guys, that I could go through and talk to you about, but these are just some ones that just lately I've been thinking about that I think you might like. Well, what he does with PostTen is he is constantly unclogging drains. And here's one I gotta watch. It's a new one. Or he's sleeping in storage tunnels or like this. He built an igloo. Look at this. There's 2 of them he made that I hadn't seen. So let me get this over here. Let's see what this is. So he'll clean out these storm drains. Oh, he's just showing the free right there. Let's go back. Check this out. Like this one here. So he cleans these culverts out, and sometimes the beavers will clog them all up and stuff. But he'll go through, even in town, he'll clean them out. And he talks about, water levels and if these county maintenance crews are doing their jobs or if they're not. So that's what he does. He gets down in there just like you see him in the muck, and he clears all that crap out of there. Some of it's dangerous where he gets in. But this channel, at first I thought he was nuts, and then I started watching more and more. I was like, man, this channel's a great channel. So this one's a good one to follow. Check him out. See what he's got going on there. Now this one is kind of a bushcraft channel, and I didn't really think much of it. I found this one through, how they suggest stuff, the algorithm, things that you might like. Well, I'd been watching Camping with Steve and like Self-Reliance Outfitters with Dan Canterbury or David Canterbury, and then Black Hat Bushcraft. Well, this one is I can't remember what her name is. Maybe it's in the about. Becky, that's what it is. So she lives over in the UK, and she'll go up into like Scotland and these different places, and she'll be hiking, and sometimes she'll be with friends, other times it's just her or maybe her dog, and sometimes she's in a tent, sometimes it's just like in a shelter. But this channel is just fantastic. So you wouldn't think it'd be much entertaining, based on that it's just bushcraft stuff. But man, it's actually pretty cool because there's you get to see terrain and things that we just don't have here. She was one that was in school, and she dropped out of college to start living out in the outdoors. And she just walked away from city life and everything to do this. And, it's a great channel, so go check this one out. Living life in Fort William, so that's some place she hiked to. So that's a good one. All right, this one you've seen me talk about before. This is my buddy Mike, and he's got Bowers Barbecue. And if you're hungry, like me, I am all the time, and I love barbecue, go check out his channel. You're gonna love what's on there. So he's got all kinds of good stuff. So, oh my gosh, man. You just, being down here in Texas, food is just everything. For every occasion, barbecue can fit. Or whatever, grilling, just whatever. So his channel is fantastic. So go check out Bowers Barbecue. He does it right there in his yard, his backyard. And the other thing is, he also went to Texas Tech, like most of my buddies. So, shout out to him. In fact, today my Red Raiders went into Austin and beat the Longhorns for a sweep in basketball. The Longhorns coach used to be our coach, Coach Beard, but he left at the end of last year. He made a top secret deal at a McDonald's with the athletic director of the University of Texas. At a McDonald's in Plainview, Texas, they worked out the deals. And so he left Texas Tech. They stole him away, and he went to Austin. But to be fair, that was his alma mater. But we're doing really well now. With his assistant was named our head coach, Adams. So anyway, but you can kind of see what he's got going on here. All kinds of good stuff. So go check out this channel. Oh, man. You're going to pick up some recipes and things from this. So a lot of good stuff. He's always wanted to do a collaboration with me on fishing. So I need to do that if I can catch some trout or some good-sized crappie down here. And then if I can get them in a cooler and save them, then we'll do some kind of a collaboration. But part of that is I'm up in Iowa, for the summer. So I can't really get down get them. I guess I could freeze them and then bring them down to Texas when I came back. But anyway, go check out Bauer's Barbecue. All right, this guy, TA Outdoors. He's over in the UK also, and he's a bushcrafter. And this guy has some phenomenal videos. He just purchased this acreage here. It's a woodland, and he talks about how he's going to restore a lot of it, clean it up, take care of it. The process he's using that goes back generations, used by the English to set up these living fences by kind of not cutting it completely down, but chopping sections of it. Let me see if I can get a clip here. Well, anyway, it's a process they do where it's not a full cut and clean where they clear the wood. Sometimes they do, but they'll like cut it and then bend it over so it's still alive, and they make these hedgerows out of it. And then these other new shoots and growth will come up, and it creates this fencing system. So it's kind of interesting how that all works out, but he's got a great channel. And here's some stuff that he does trim out. But, you know, he kind of goes through, explains things. So go over and check out this guy. This is TA Outdoors. Builds bunkers, all kinds of cool stuff, bushcraft stuff. And this guy right here, Pooter Stomper, he is one of the instructors at the Pathfinder School, Dave Canterbury. And he's always doing all kinds of different things. Like, look at this. Fire making in the rain. I mean, no joke. It's pouring rain, and he's in here doing what he needs to do to make a fire. So he's a bushcrafter, but he's got a lot of great stuff. So get over there and check out his channel. I think he, besides being an instructor, he's also a truck driver, I believe. So he's out there on the road all the time. But man, he's making some quality stuff. And he's got a good sense of humor too. Very knowledgeable. So check out what he's got going on. All right. Then we have this guy, which is another bushcrafter, Junkyard Fox. He's one of the only bushcrafters that's out in the Southwest. He's over by El Paso. And I think it's El Paso where he lives, but he goes up into New Mexico and all these places. And he'll make these little shelters in the desert. And he's got some good stuff. This one's from a few years ago, but Junkyard Fox, he's got some good merchandise. But he, you know, look at the terrain he's in. And sometimes you got to be careful because there's some burn bans in effect. So, you know, it isn't all easy schmeezy with lots of great greenery around. This guy's really in the backcountry of the Southwest, and in the summer can get super hot. So check out his channel. I know a lot of these are bushcraft stuff, but it's just some of the ones that I'm curious about. A lot of them are knives that I like to follow, and you know, gear and things like that. All right, then we got this guy. This is Luke from the Outdoor Gear Review. This is a very big channel, and he has just his playlists are phenomenal. There's one down here. Where is it? The military surplus. Here it is, and what has he got? 242 videos in there. I love watching his stuff or his camp overnight adventures. And this guy reviews all kinds of gear, and he's not affiliated with anybody. He gives you just a straight shooter review of stuff. You know, he puts it out there, lets you know if there's something wrong with the stuff. He'll be sure to let you know if there's something is good quality stuff. He'll let you know also. So he's, you know, he just puts it out there. But this one I watched a couple days ago. So he's got some good content also. See, he's gonna cook something there. I think it's like a Korean emery type deal. But look at the environment that he's in, and he'll hike way the heck up there. They close these roads so no cars can get on him. And he's in North Carolina up there. But he's just got a ton of good stuff. All right, guys. So those are just some of the channels that I like to follow and watch. So, you know, I wanted to get this list out, and I've done a list like this before, way back, where I had like some of the key fishing guys that I talked about, and some of the other channels, some of the main channels that I watch also that we all kind of follow, like Tim Galati and that type of stuff. Extreme Philly Fishing, One Rod, One Reel, Brendan Miller, those ones. I think that touched on most of those, but this list, as I was saying, I wanted to get it out before Christmas so you could kind of have some new channels to watch over the winter time if you were stuck indoors. But I got it out now. I had a chance to do it, so here it is. All right, guys. So that's going to be it. There's some more cool stuff going to come out once I get up to Iowa for sure. And man, I just can't wait to get up there. So it's where most of my good fishing comes from. I do quite a bit down here in Texas, but you know, up there is where I really want to get up there and do some good fishing, try things out, test out new things. But anyway, guys, hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for hanging out, supporting the channel. And guys, I really do hope you're having some good luck fishing this the spring and into the winter as we're heading into spring into 22. Hope you're catching some good stuff. So, till next time, guys, I'll see you then. Bye bye.